Hello, my name is Greg, and I would like to present you the power of Trimble Connect API in 7 steps, or maybe I hope that it will fit in 7 different materials. And today we will just start. We will scratch the surface of the API, and we will focus mainly on a 3D viewer, because it is quite a nice, good point to start your journey toward learning the API of Trimble Connect. You are probably familiar with the tool itself, so I will not cover its functionalities. I will mainly think about how you can extend the 3D viewer according to your needs. So let's start with searching Trimble Connect API. It should be like that. And here we will jump into the Tekla Developer Center, where there is quite a lot of different documentation. I would like to start maybe with this button, start here. Here we can read that the API of Trimble Connect is combination of different type of connectors. And as I said before, I will mainly focus with the 3D viewer. So let's maybe go straight to the API architecture, just to present you this nice picture about what am I talking about. So here you can see that there is quite a big split between what is happening on the client side, like the viewer for the browser or for the mobile or the desktop application, and what is happening on the server side. We will not touch the server side. We will mainly try to use existing wrappers around the Trimble Connect for the browser to interact with the content of your model. And so we will be mainly working on the first big block. And if we go to the previous side and see some documentation, let's find out where it can be found. Maybe here? No, this is just for the logging. But how about that article? Oh, here it was. Okay, so we have something about the client API, and its name is the Workspace API, and it will be quite frequently used in the later materials. And here we have the documentation. So let's jump to the next website. And yeah, there is quite a lot of different information on that site, which provide us necessary data to start our journey. But yeah, at the very beginning, we can interact with the viewer API in 2 different scenarios. So we can embed the Trimble Connect inside of our website, or we can do the reverse thing. So we can write an application which will be hosted inside of the Connect. And during this journey, those 7 steps, we will follow the second path. So our extension, our application, will be visible in the viewer somewhere here on the side pane. And if we scroll a little for the example in this documentation, we will see a hyperlink. Here it is. Check out the example client application. Let's find out what is there. And yeah, it's not very friendly, because we need to type some access tokens, refresh tokens, some things which at that point are not so easy to get what is what. And I suggest not be afraid about what we are doing, because that website has 2 different options. And now let's just copy the hyperlink for that one and add our first extension to the Trimble Connect viewer. And if we go to the settings and here click the extensions, here you see all of those extensions which are provided with the Connect itself, but also you can add your own custom extensions. And I will use that one. And of course, we can specify the URL for the manifest, but yeah, let's wait and let's use this advanced button. And here we can type the title. So I will name it like the Trimble sample. And what is the most important is the URL for the plugin for the application. And this is exactly what I have currently in my clipboard. So that URL is needed on that place. We can skip the icon or the info and just click add. And then you'll see that I have a new icon visible on the side pane on the left side of the Trimble Connect. And here is something which looks completely different than this one. And of course, this website, after providing correct access tokens, it will show quite the same set of interactors, but yeah, now we have just skipped those tokens. We don't have to be afraid what exactly are they, and we can look how we can interact with the API. What are the possibilities? From the client perspective, we will not type any code just to see, okay, so what is the scope of the API? And as you can see, after changing the camera, I have some real-time updates on the position and exactly where I am looking, what is the angle of the camera. So probably we will be able to set our own cameras. What's more, we also see what is already selected, and we see something quite strange name and also some numbers. If I will select more things, let's just switch to the area select, then I will have a lot of different stuff here on that list. And also, if I will select something, then after clicking fly to, yeah, the camera is just moving toward our selections. Okay, so that is what I have here. So the API, it can interact, it can get what are the current user actions. Okay, so what is available on the models tab? And here we can, start with get. And I see that I'm getting the metadata, the information of the model itself. And in that particular project, I have just one sample model, sample IFC model, which data was visible. See details, okay, here they are, model position, everything is set to 0. And here in the settings of the get from the API, we also see them exactly like the same. We can do something crazy like hiding all of the models, and now suddenly we don't have anything. And also, of course, we can do the reverse operation, so we can show all of the models. And as you can get in your application, you can tweak those hiding and showing to not operate on all of the objects, but only on the particular which you would need. Okay, so that is something which is related to the models area. And then we have the objects, and yeah, quite a lot of buttons. Of course, this UI was established by Trimble to look into the separate website, but yeah, as I said, don't be afraid about the access tokens, just get the basic knowledge what the API can do for you. Is it worth to try to follow me with the next lessons just to see what will happen? Okay, so what is here? So if I will select some things and I will just type the get, then I am retrieving the information that two different objects are selected in that model. So okay, so now I see for the first time that those strange letters and numbers, they are the model ID. And if you look into the URL, then you will see that here is the same name, the same identifier of that model. And if you try to look a little before into that path, then you will see also the project ID. And those two IDs will be quite frequently used when you will be operating with the API. Okay, so we were able to get the elements. Okay, so what else we can get? We can also set the camera. So just zoom into the selected objects. Quite nice. And we can, of course, get all of those objects. And now I see that I have over 1,000 of different objects. I can select only half, or do some different stuff. And I can also get only the visible objects. So if I will do something like that from the UI, I will just show how it should be done. Yeah, like that. And now I am just asking about what is visible. And now I see that 6 elements are visible, and it's maybe counterintuitive because I selected only 2, but there are also some assemblies, some inner objects. So probably this is the reason why. And also, some IFC site, maybe it is also visible as an object. So now I will just reset the model, And we can also get the value of we can try to search for some elements. So for example, if I would like to see the details of that particular column, and let's focus with some property set like product object type, and there is always the problem what is the name inside. We will cover that in the later modules, but now let's just type IFC. Whoa, something happened, sorry. Here it is, IFC material. Oh no, sorry. IFC material dot material, and I will want to search only for that particular value. So now I will get only those objects from that model which meets that property value. So they have that one. And of course I can also select them, that now I have all of those beam and columns which have that particular material, that they are all selected. So that is about the searching, but that searching is maybe not very useful, because if you will just mistype something, then you will not get any results. So you have to know exactly what are you trying to search. We will try in one of the next materials write a little different searcher, which will be more user-friendly, which will not put such high pressure on you that you need to have what exactly are you searching for. So that is about the objects. We can also operate on some layers, but for that particular model I don't have the layers, maybe only the first one, default one, because this is the IFC model. So let's find out. Oh, sorry, I had some layers. So yeah, they are here, and I could also set the layers visibility, but here this sample application, it starts to demand from us something more, some JSON object, which will represent what layer we should set. But we can just try to guess that probably if I will copy that JSON and change the property visible from false to true, let's find out that it won't work, because I have checked the documentation. Here we need to work on the array, on the multiple layers, not only one. So let's cover it with the array, and then after changing the visibility of those columns to false, they disappeared. And yeah, let's reverse that operation and go for the next possibilities. One typo. Okay, here it is. So we can change the visibility of the layers with the API. Nice, okay, but what else? We have also some information about the session, and that access token is needed to interact with the internal server-side API. We will not touch that, so let's go to the next one. And here we have the UI. So with the viewer API, we can change, for example, the visibility of the side pane. And now it's disappeared. And what is the most problematic? That I don't know how I can reverse that. Not sure. Yeah, let's just go back to the setting, and I hope that, yeah, it just refreshed. So it can be done, of course, with the help of the API. It could also be reversed, but I'm not sure how. The main toolbar can be expanded or hidden, collapsed. Nice one, but okay. Yeah, maybe you will find some use of that. But the views, it can be quite interesting when now I am just listing the existing views and I don't have any view. So let's create the first one based on the current. And now I have some view with some fancy name. Nice. And I can now just load it. So let's change the camera, change the orientation, and after clicking, it should be loaded. But why it is not loaded? So let's just create the new one from that side and get all of them. And yeah, now it is changing. So if you think that you can hide some objects, select new ones, change their color, and also you can set up the camera. And what is the most interesting, that you can also create completely new views. Then the possibility to automatize the creation of different views is open to you. So just have it in your mind. It was about the view. And then we have the markups. And for the markups, how it works. So let's firstly add some dimension by hand. Here it is. And now I would like to get the object. And when I will click the get measurements, then I am just getting this object. And as you can see, it's quite a rich JSON object with a lot of different positions, the different values, different colors, but you can get all of those annotations from the model. And yeah, as you can imagine, you can also add new dimensions however you would like. Of course, the question is where exactly they should fit, but it all depends on your business logic. So those markup operations, they work both for the measurements, but also for the lines, or for the arrows, or for the texts. And in one of the next lessons, we will work on those text markups just to display some extra information on the BIM model inside of the Trimble Connect. And yeah, that is about the markups. And usually, if you would like to get into more details, just add one markup by hand, as a user normally would do, and then with the API, get the content to see, okay, so how exactly my user actions influence the internal JSON object for that particular object. And what is then? Then there is the viewer. And here we can, do something with icons. I'm not sure what exactly, but we can also get the view snapshot. What will happen? Okay, so now I have just a screenshot. Why not? Maybe when you will change the camera, the orientation with the API, then just get automatic snapshots and store them on your hard drive. Why not? Then what is more from the viewer side? We can also add section planes, and that will be quite close in the following modules when we will be creating the section planes which will surround the selected objects. And also we can get loaded trim beams, and I don't have anything, but I can load some model from file, so I can upload something and then it should work. And also I can change the visibility of the models. Why not? And that toggle which influence about the mode of the selection. So am I selecting the single parts, or am I working on the assembly level? It can also be set from the API. Then we have the project, and for that I am just getting some random stuff about the project settings, so that I'm working the metric system and what are my precisions, etc. Those settings, I think that they cannot be set from the API. Here probably I will get some information about my preferences. Yeah, for example, what is my background color, and then the API. So here is just a list of different actions which can be performed from the API. We will be using that in the later lessons. And what is more, permissions. Okay, so I'm not sure what it is doing. Probably it is just opening URL in a new tab. Okay, not exactly. Okay, it's about this extension is populated into the iframe. But yeah, for now, let's stick with that. And then there is the data table. Let's open it manually. So here is the data table, and I can get the configuration. So which columns do I see, which property sets are visible. And also I think that I can set, I can hide or show the whole data table, but also probably, I can apply the filter. Oh, how it will work? Let's type something like IFC slab, and what will happen? Whoa, that search bar. Yeah, is it useful? Maybe, but I think that with the API you can also set the columns, but yeah, here it is not listed, so it needs to be checked into documentation. What else? We can add some extra popover to just notify user about something. At properties panel, not sure what it is doing, but okay. That is the essence. What you can do with that API, how you can interact with the viewer. And yeah, we were using just that extension. And now I think that we should start looking, okay, so what exactly is under the hood? Because at the very beginning, I just added it as an extension somewhere here. I typed the same URL as the sample. And yeah, as you can see, that's just the HTML file. But okay, where is this interaction coming from? And that will be our point of interest in the next materials. But for now, let's just open the developer tools, F12. And here, what we can see the index HTML, but I'm not sure that we are here. Okay, so here is the script for the JSON, for the JavaScript, sorry. And let's go to that. We could open it in a new tab. It's not very user-friendly, but I hope that in the sources it will be somewhere here. Yeah, now it's just the minified by the browser, so it is much easier to get what is going on. So we have some styles, some CSS, and also we have some basic HTML body of what do we see, but I would like to go straight to the JavaScript because this is the essence of what is going on. So here, from that script, I think that here is the interaction between the Workspace API, so what is behind on the client side, and that particular extension. And in the next material, we will try to be more interactive because now we are looking into the file which is hosted somewhere on the Trimble servers. So we are not able to change it to see what we can do or not. But as just a starting point, you can use it just to see, okay, what is the structure of the JavaScript. Yeah, so probably let's just see, for example, those objects. And yeah, maybe set camera. So probably it will be the name of the method of the function set camera, and here it is. So now we have the function set camera, which is just invoking some other function do camera, which is using the API of the viewer with the set camera method. And that is exactly what we will be trying to change to see what exactly is going in the next material. So we just scratch the surface of the API based on the sample from the Trimble, and it's quite a good sample because it presents a wide opportunities which Trimble Connect gives us. So and it can be just added as an extension to your project just to see, okay, so what are the possibilities. But of course, probably you have some ideas what exactly you would like to do with the API. And the question is how you could do that. And I will try to cover that in the next videos. So for today, thank you and see you next time.